Okay, now for all those of you who still don't quite understand why certain Marvel characters are in certain films by certain studios and why they can't all be in the Avengers, here's a diagram to show where the characters are. Now, as you can see, Spider-Man's over at Sony, X-Men Fantastic Four with 20th Century Fox, mostly everyone else with Disney, and Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch are the only exceptions. Wait a minute, Submariner is over at Universal. Who gives a shit about the Submariner? He's like a cheap, gay-looking Aquaman. Hey, why did he get priority to be bought by another studio over Black Panther, for crying out loud? Like, God! Cue title thing! Guardians of the Galaxy is the newest movie from Marvel Studios, aka Disney. And basically, this is the one that most people have been curious about. Bear in mind, what a lot of people don't realize is even though characters like Thor, Iron Man weren't overly well known to the public, enough people still knew about them that the movie could have curious to it. This is a franchise, however, these are characters that next to no one, even in the comic book community, knows. They're not well known, they're not popular, they haven't been used much. So when this movie was announced, a lot of people were concerned and then just weirded out why this goes over, say, Black Panther, but whatever. So, for the past year or so, everyone's been really focused on this movie, and Marvel Studios has been doing good with its Phase 2 movies leading up to Avengers 2. Captain America 2 was amazing, the other two films mixed, but I personally loved. And after seeing Guardians of the Galaxy, I can honestly say, Marvel Studios can do no wrong. This movie is amazing. Everything down from the plot to the characters to the universe we're in, holy shit, this movie is fucking awesome. Well, what's our story? Essentially, you've got Peter Quill, played by Chris Pratt. He is basically your Han Solo type bandit character called Star-Lord. And he travels the galaxy. He got, I won't spoil it, but basically he's in the universe. He's traveling around. He's the only human in the movie. He's going around and basically he steals stuff. And through all this, some misadventures, he runs into the rest of our Guardians. The Gamora, played by the very sexy Zoe Saldana. Drax the Destroyer, played by Dave Bautista. Groot, hilariously played by Vin Diesel. And finally, the guy I've complained about, who I have said I hate the fact that he's played by Bradley Cooper, and that character is Rocket Raccoon. And the biggest worry whenever you have a movie introducing so many big characters like this is, will everything get lost? Will anyone stick out? In Bradley Cooper's case, will it just feel like a dumb gimmick to get a big name in there? And, well, that doesn't happen once in this movie. I loved every single one of these characters. They were fun. They were exciting. They got in good comedy lines. They got in good dramatic lines. They got in cool, badass action scenes. Everything came together. Hell, Bradley Cooper as Rocket Raccoon, he's not just a celebrity voice. They cast him because he is perfect. He gets lost in this role. Rocket Raccoon steals the whole show. Give him his own movie. I'm glad this is happening for Wonder Woman movie. And then just everything else in this film comes together. This is the funniest of the Marvel movies. Why? Because it knows how ridiculous it is. And it embraces that. And because of this, I spent more time laughing at this movie. This is the funniest movie of the year. I laughed so much at this. But you know what? It was great because there was amazing action. It's kick-ass. I was afraid all these different weird-looking things on screen at once would feel congested and a mess. They weren't. They were amazing. There's some serious drama moments in this too, and it's because the movie is letting itself be its own thing. It's not trying to feel like an Iron Man movie or a Thor movie or a Captain America movie. It is its own tone, its own style, its own setup. And it is just so amazing to watch as these guys, they come together through being in prison and stuff, and they've got to basically stop Ronan. He's pretty scary big dude, and it's just so fun to watch. Now, is the movie perfect? No. Definitely some of the biggest mistakes in the movie. Like I said, Ronan the accuser, his big plan is he wants this thing to do this thing, and you don't really care because you're so focused on the team. Which I was okay when they did that with Malekith or whatever his name was in Thor 2, the King of the Alps, how he was a pretty one-dimensional villain. But there it was a little bit different because he at least had, he fit within the tone and nature of the movie. Here, everything is so comedic and insane and funny. Ronan just being played as the straight-up, no-nonsense, very scary villain, though it was still cool, I thought sort of took me out of the movie a bit and felt a little bit too awkward. I think that maybe some of the backstories of the characters were more interesting than the characters were. Like, even though I loved everyone, I just wanted to know more about them, and it kind of got me a little confused when I'm trying to keep everything straight in my head when I'm too busy wanting to learn about everyone so much. Not that that's really the film's fault, but I think maybe they could have paced certain things better. And then we get down to Dave Bautista. He's a wrestler turned actor. I don't care about wrestling at all. But the thing is that Batista's acting in the movie, sometimes it was good. You got his backstory. You understood why he was doing this. But I thought that maybe they could have given the guy a little more training before they put him behind the camera. But overall, those are nitpicks. This is truly an amazing movie. Go out, see it, check it out, have a great time, because Guardians of the Galaxy is a 9 out of 10 on the sci-fi scale. This is definitely one of the highlights of this summer, proving once again Marvel knows what they're doing and they know how to make a goddamn good movie. And what do you like? In the comments section below, tell me what your favorite movie was this summer, because let's face it, all we've got left is Ninja Turtles. It's all downhill from here. And as always, click to like and click to subscribe, because these are the types of movies that really get me happy.